Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. Today, as requested by you, here we are with another LGV driving theory test. For today's driving test, you have 115 minutes, 1 hour and 5 minutes to answer 100 multiple choice theory test questions for PCVs. You have to score at least 85 out of 100 to pass the test. In this video, you will get the correct answer to each question and the explanation to the correct answer. Good luck. 1. Where are you most likely to ground a low loader? A. On hatched road markings. B. On rural roads. C. On traffic calming humps. Or D. On yellow rumble strips. And the correct answer is C. On traffic calming humps. Explanation. Traffic calming measures are becoming more common. Look out for signs warning you of humps in the road ahead. If necessary, change your route rather than take risks. 2. Which axle configuration is most effective at preventing petrol tankers from rolling over? A. Tandem axles with air suspension. B. Tandem axles with double wheels. C. 3 axles with double wheels. Or D. 3 axles with single wheels. And the correct answer is D. 3 axles with single wheels. Explanation. The type of suspension fitted to a vehicle will influence its resistance to roll over. Modern 3-axle semi-trailers fitted with single wheels on each side extend the tracking width available, making this the most stable configuration. 3. Why do many drivers park at overnight stops with their rear doors closed to another lorry? A. To ensure a clear path. B. To keep same company lorries together. C. To keep the load safe. Or D. To stop the theft of their fuel. And the correct answer is C. To keep the load safe. Explanation. Load security is extremely important. Make sure you park legally and, preferably, in a well-lit area. Some lorry parks are patrolled regularly by the police or security services. 4. You are driving a lorry along a motorway. You notice that you are losing thread from one of your tires. What should you do? A. Continue driving and leave by the next exit. B. Continue driving to the next service station. C. Stop on the hard shoulder and change the wheel. Or D. Stop on the hard shoulder and phone for assistance. The correct answer is D. Stop on the hard shoulder and phone for assistance. Explanation. Continuous high speeds on the motorway can cause the tires to become hot and to shred. If you notice this happening, you must stop on the hard shoulder as soon as it's possible and safe to do so. It's dangerous to drive a defective vehicle. 5. What's the minimum depth of tread required over 3/4 of the breadth of a lorry tire? A. 1 mm. B. 1.5 mm. C. 2.5 mm. Or D. 5 mm. And the correct answer is A. 1 millimeter. Explanation. Tires are your lorry's only contact with the road. It's essential that this contact gives you the grip you need to control your vehicles at all times. For that reason, goods vehicles must have a thread depth of at least 1 millimeter across 3/4 of the breadth of the thread and in a continuous band around the entire circumference. 6. You've just parked a lorry on the side of the road. What should you do just before dismounting from the cab? A. Check that all the windows are closed. B. Check the rear view mirrors. C. Make sure the hazard warning lights are on. Or D. Make sure the radio is turned down. The correct answer is B. Check the rear view mirrors. Explanation. Getting out of the cab on the offside, directly into the road, can be hazardous, especially if traffic is traveling at speed. Use your mirrors to check that it's safe to leave the vehicle. Be sure to use all proper footholds and hand grips when you leave the cab. 7. You're uncoupling a lorry and trailer. What should you do after disconnecting the electrical line? A. Apply the trailer brake. B. Drive forward slowly. C. Lower the landing gear. Or D. Stow it away safely. And the correct answer is D. Stow it away safely. Explanation. It's important to stow away all your electrical cables and air lines safely to avoid causing injury to others. Connectors left lying around can be a trip hazard and can be damaged if they are run over by another vehicle. 8. What would help to reduce the impact that your lorry has on the environment? A. Braking in good time. B. Driving through town centers. C. Planning routes to avoid motorways. Or D. Racing to make up time. The correct answer is A. Braking in good time. Explanation. Noise, vibration, exhaust emissions, and fuel consumption all contribute to the environmental impact made by a lorry. Good anticipation and forward planning will help to reduce these effects. Braking in good time saves fuel and so helps reduce exhaust emissions. It also helps reduce wear on the vehicle, its tires, and the road surface. 9. Which type of load should be secured using chains? A. Canvas sacks. B. Hay bales. C. Steel plates. Or D. Timber planks. The correct answer is C. Steel plates. Explanation. The choice of restraint will depend on the load. For example, ropes are unsuitable for loads such as steel plates, as there is a danger of sharp edges shearing the ropes. For steel plates, chains must be used with a suitable tensioning device. 10. How must spare sheets and ropes be carried on your trailer? A. Laid out flat. B. Stacked loosely. C. Tied down securely. Or D. Visible from the cab. The correct answer is C. Tied down securely. Explanation. All spare sheets and ropes carried on the vehicle must be tied down securely to prevent them falling onto the road, where they might be a hazard for other vehicles. 11. Where are you allowed to park a long rigid vehicle? A. At a bus stop. B. At a pedestrian crossing. C. At a school entrance. Or D. At a service area. And the correct answer is D. at a service area. Explanation. It's important that you always select a place to park that's both safe and legal. Don't park on or too close to a pedestrian crossing or a school entrance. This will restrict the view for drivers and pedestrians. Don't park at a bus stop either, because buses would then have to stop in the road, creating a hazard for other traffic and for passengers getting on or off the bus. 12. What should you do when you overtake a cyclist on a two-way road? A. Give a right turn signal after you've moved out to overtake. B. Go past quickly and move back to the left sharply. C. Leave plenty of room and check your near side mirror before returning to the left. Or D. Pass closely, staying about 1 meter 3 feet and 3 inches from the curb. The correct answer is C. Leave plenty of room and check your near side mirror before returning to the left. Explanation. Only overtake when it's safe to do so, and don't use the size of your vehicle to intimidate approaching traffic. When overtaking a cyclist, leave plenty of room and, before returning to the left, check in your near side mirror to make sure you've passed them safely. 13. Your lorry has a crane fitted. You are loading very heavy items. What should you do when you feel that the ropes or straps might break? A. Continue loading carefully. B. Reposition the load. C. Tie two straps together. Or D. Use chains and tensioners. And the correct answer is D. Use chains and tensioners. Explanation. If there is any danger that the load you are lifting with a crane is too heavy for ropes or straps, or that sharp edges on the load might damage them, you should use chains with compatible tensioners. 14. Which of the following is important when you are getting out of a lorry cab? A. Checking your load is secure. B. Disconnecting the airlines. C. Turning off the radio. Or D. Using the mirrors. The correct answer is D. Using the mirrors. Explanation. When getting out of your lorry cab, it's essential that you check it's safe to dismount by checking your mirrors and looking out for traffic. When you are safely down, it's then a good idea to walk around and check your tires, load, lights, brake lines, electrical connections, etc. 15. What color is the auxiliary line on a three-line braking system? A. Blue. B. Green. C. Red. Or D. Yellow. And the correct answer is A. Blue. Explanation. If you're driving an articulated vehicle or a trailer combination, it's vital that you understand the rules that apply to coupling and uncoupling the brake lines. If you take a practical driving test with a trailer, you'll be expected to demonstrate this during the test. The lines are color-coded. Red is the emergency line, blue is the auxiliary line, and yellow is the service line. They must be connected strictly in accordance with the correct procedure. 16. You are overtaking another lorry. What should you do if you start to lose speed due to an uphill gradient? A. Continue at the same speed and in the same position. B. Ease off and drop behind the vehicle you were trying to overtake. C. Try to force the vehicle you were overtaking to drop back. Or D. Try to force the vehicle you were overtaking to speed up. The correct answer is B. Ease off and drop behind the vehicle you were trying to overtake. Explanation. If you try to overtake another vehicle and realize that you are unable to complete the maneuver, ease off the accelerator and drop back behind the vehicle. If the vehicle you are trying to overtake is large, then it will take a long time to pass. You should assess whether you have the time and power to complete the maneuver before you try to overtake. 17. When are air deflectors most effective? A. When reversing. B. When there's a headwind. C. When there's a side wind. Or D. When there's a strong tailwind. And the correct answer is B. When there's a headwind. Explanation. Air deflectors reduce wind resistance by streamlining the vehicle. They're most effective when there is a headwind. The streamlining also reduces the vehicle's fuel consumption. 18. What should you do before driving your lorry away from a wet construction site at the side of a motorway? A. Drain the air tanks. B. Hose down the wheels. C. Set your tachograph to other work. D. Turn on your amber beacon. The correct answer is B. Hose down the wheels. Explanation. Before leaving a construction site, check your vehicle for mud and for debris wedged between double rear wheels. It's important that you prevent any mud or debris from being deposited on the road, where it could be a danger to other road users. 19. You're driving a lorry from a wet construction site onto a motorway. Why must you take extra precautions before leaving the site? A. It's an offense to deposit mud on the road. B. It's an offense to emerge from a work site onto a motorway. C. Your lorry's spray suppression equipment will be inoperative. Or D. Your view from the cab will be obscured by plant machinery. The correct answer is A. It's an offense to deposit mud on the road. Explanation. You should take precautions against dropping mud on the road, because it's a hazard to other road users. It's also an offense for which you could be prosecuted. 20. Your tractor unit has 3 airlines. You're connecting to a trailer that has 2 airline couplings. What color is the line you shouldn't connect to the trailer? A. Black. B. Blue. C. Red. Or D. Yellow. The correct answer is B. Blue. Explanation. When connecting a 3-line tractor unit to a 2-line trailer, the blue line is the one that shouldn't be connected to the trailer. This is the auxiliary line. Always follow the manufacturer's advice. It might be necessary to reconnect the extra line to the tractor unit. 21. You're driving an articulated lorry that has 3 airlines connected to the trailer. What's the purpose of the red line? A. Is the auxiliary line. B. Is the electrical line. C. Is the emergency line. Or D. Is the service line. The correct answer is C. It's the emergency line. Explanation. The red emergency line is common to both 2-line and 3-line brake systems. The other colors are blue, auxiliary, yellow, service. 22. You're driving on a motorway. You look in your mirrors and see smoke coming from your rear tires. What should you do? A. Drive on the hard shoulder until the smoke stops. B. Ignore it. This is normal when driving at speed. C. Reduce speed for the rest of your journey. Or D. Stop as soon as it's safe to do so. And the correct answer is D. Stop as soon as it's safe to do so. Explanation. A tire might burst or shred if it overheats. This should result in serious loss of control. Stop on the hard shoulder as soon as it's safe to do so and call for help. 23. You're driving a lorry at night. What can you do to help yourself stay alert? A. Drive faster to get to your destination sooner. B. Eat a heavy meal before setting off. C. Keep plenty of cool, fresh air moving through the cab. D. Keep the cab warm and comfortable. The correct answer is C. Keep plenty of cool, fresh air moving through the cab. Explanation. Make sure you have enough rest before you start a night shift. Driving at night can be tiring and you must be able to stay alert for the whole of your shift. Making sure that there is enough fresh air in the cab can help you to stay alert. Stale, warm air can dull your senses and cause drowsiness. 24. You're driving an articulated lorry on a 3-lane motorway. When can you drive in the right-hand lane? A. If no speed limiter is fitted to your lorry. B. If your lorry is unladen. C. When overtaking a slow-moving car in the middle lane. Or D. When the escort vehicle of an oversized load signals you to pass. The correct answer is D. When the escort vehicle of an oversized load signals you to pass. Explanation. Articulated lorries aren't allowed to drive in the right-hand lane of motorways with 3 or more lanes. The only exceptions are when an escort vehicle gives you a signal, when road signs indicate, or when directed by a police officer. 25. You're driving a lorry in a busy town. The driver pulls out in front of you and you have to brake hard. What should you do? A. Flash your lights to show your annoyance. B. Overtake as quickly as possible. C. Sound your horn and speed up. Or D. Stay calm and accept the error. The correct answer is D. Stay calm and accept the error. Explanation. Some drivers might emerge from a junction when it's not safe to do so. In this situation, understand that other drivers might make mistakes. Don't intimidate them by driving aggressively to teach them a lesson. 26. Your lorry has a sleeper cab. Why could this make your driving more difficult? A. It increases your blind spots. B. It increases your view in the left-hand mirror. C. It increases your view in the right-hand mirror. Or D. It increases your view of the road ahead. The correct answer is A. It increases your blind spots. Explanation. The sleeper cab can create extra blind spots. Look out for vehicles just to the rear off-side and near side of your cab. They could soon become hidden in your blind spots. 27. Which of these best describes a vehicle's payload? A. The maximum load each tire can take. B. The maximum load over each axle. C. The maximum load plus the weight of the vehicle. Or D. The maximum load the vehicle can carry. The correct answer is D. The maximum load the vehicle can carry. Explanation. The formula used to calculate the payload of a vehicle is the maximum authorized mass, MAM, minus the tire weight. The tire weight is the total weight of the vehicle, including the crew and the extra equipment. 28. What will you need to transport livestock on journeys of less than 65 kilometers? That's 40 miles. A. Membership of the RSPCA. B. No driving convictions. C. Practical experience in the care of animals. Or D. The ability to drive abroad. The correct answer is C. Practical experience in the care of animals. Explanation. The type of training required by drivers carrying livestock varies according to the distance, journey durations, and species involved. For journeys of less than 65 kilometers, that's about 40 miles, no formal qualification is required, but you must have practical experience in the care of animals being transported. 29. Your lorry is fitted with a driver's seat belt. When may you drive without wearing it? A. When you are less than 50 miles away from your depot. B. When you are making deliveries that are less than 50 meters apart. C. When you are towing at less than 50 miles per hour. Or D. When you are working less than 50 hours in a week. The correct answer is B. When you are making deliveries that are less than 50 meters apart. Explanation. It's compulsory for drivers and passengers to wear seatbelts. However, if you are making deliveries that are less than 50 meters apart, you might leave the seatbelt undone. It would be impractical to keep fastening and unfastening your seatbelt over such short distances. 30. Which cargo needs to be transported at a controlled temperature? A. Barrels of beer. B. Cement. C. Perishable foods. Or D. Silage. The correct answer is C. Perishable foods. Explanation. Some foods need to be transported at controlled temperatures. Drivers will need to be trained in the use of refrigeration units and correct hygiene procedures. 31. Which symbol on a lorry shows its load is dangerous when wet? A. B. C. Or D? The correct answer is D. Explanation. If any vehicle displaying a warning symbol is involved in an incident, the consequences could be serious. The emergency services need to be aware of how a dangerous or hazardous material will behave in different situations, for example, when it's wet. 32. What happens to diesel fuel when it gets hot? A. It expands. B. It liquefies. C. It shrinks. Or D. It waxes. The correct answer is A. It expands. Explanation. When a full diesel fuel tank heats up, the fuel expands and can be forced out of the breather vent and onto the road. This wastes fuel and makes the road surface very dangerous for other road users. 33. You're delivering boxes of chilled food to a supermarket. What specific training would you need? A. ADR procedures. B. Eco-safe driving procedures. C. Hygiene procedures. Or D. Waste handling procedures. The correct answer is C. Hygiene procedures. Explanation. Chilled foods are transported at temperatures above freezing point. Drivers need to be trained in hygiene procedures and how to operate refrigeration units. 34. What does this sign warn of? A. Accident black spot ahead. B. Incident ahead. C. Low bridge ahead. Or D. Tunnel ahead. The correct answer is D. Tunnel ahead. Explanation. If you're driving a high vehicle, make sure that there is enough headroom available for you to go through the tunnel. There might be additional signs showing height and width restrictions. 35. Who must you tell when your vehicle collides with a bridge? A. The fire service. B. The local authority. C. The police. Or D. Your local garage. The correct answer is C. The police. Explanation. Hitting a bridge with your vehicle can have serious consequences for road and rail traffic. You must tell the police about the incident immediately. If the bridge is a railway bridge, call the railway authority as well as the police to report the incident. 36. Your vehicle has collided with a railway bridge. What information must you give the railway authority when you telephone them? A. The bridge number. B. The make and model of your vehicle. C. The type of bridge. Or D. The vehicle's height. The correct answer is A. The bridge number. Explanation. The railway authority needs to know immediately if one of their bridges has been hit. You'll need to tell them the number of the bridge so they can identify it. The railway authority will then take action to prevent the railway passengers from being put at risk. 37. What should you check when you've just overtaken a motorcyclist on a motorway? A. The road ahead. B. Your left-hand mirror. C. Your right-hand mirror. Or D. Your speedometer. The correct answer is B. Your left-hand mirror. Explanation. When overtaking with a long vehicle, it's very important to be aware of the position of the road user you are passing. Check the near side mirror to make sure you've passed safely before returning to the left. Be especially careful when overtaking motorcyclists, as they might be affected by the drought from your vehicle. 38. Under EU rules, what's the normal weekly rest period that must be taken? A. 40 hours. B. 41 hours. C. 42 hours. Or D. 45 hours. The correct answer is D. 45 hours. Explanation. The working week is defined as from 00 hours on Monday to 24 hours on the following Sunday. When taking the weekly rest period, a daily rest period must normally be extended to at least 45 consecutive hours. 39. At the end of your working week, you've driven a total of 56 hours. Under EU rules, what's the maximum number of hours you can drive in the following week? A. 34. B. 36. C. 38. Or D. 40. The correct answer is A. 34 hours. Explanation. If you've driven a total of 56 hours in any one week, you can only drive for 34 hours in the following week. Keep your own record to make sure that you don't exceed these hours. 40. You arrive at the scene of an incident where someone is injured. What should be given urgent priority? A. Check that the casualty can breathe. B. Get the casualty a warm drink. C. Take details of any witnesses. D. Take the numbers of the vehicles involved. The correct answer is A. Check that the casualty can breathe. Explanation. Whenever possible, call the emergency services first. If you're able to give first aid, remember DRABC. Check for danger, then check the casualty for response. Check the airway and try to establish breathing by gently lifting the chin up and forward. Give compressions if necessary. Try to stop any severe bleeding. If you feel you are incapable of carrying out first aid, consider taking some training. It could save a life. 41. What does this warning light on the instrument panel mean? A. Battery discharge. B. Braking system fault. C. Door open. Or D. Low oil pressure. The correct answer is B. Braking system fault. Explanation. You should be familiar with all warning lights and buzzers fitted to your vehicle. If you are driving the vehicle for the first time, make sure that you know the function of each. If the brake warning light shows a fault in the system, stop as soon as it's safe to do so. Report the fault and don't continue until it's been corrected. 42. Why do air tanks on brake systems need to be drained? A. To remove any oil leaks that collect here. B. To remove excess coolant. C. To remove moisture drawn in from the atmosphere. D. To remove rainwater that seeped into the system. The correct answer is C. To remove moisture drawn in from the atmosphere. Explanation. Moisture in the air condenses as the air pressure increases. The moisture can be transmitted around the braking system and is especially dangerous in cold weather. It can lead to ice forming and blocking the valves and pipes. 43. What must you do before you leave your vehicle? A. Adjust your mirrors. B. Apply the parking brake. C. Check that the warning lights are working. Or D. Empty the air tanks. The correct answer is B. Apply the parking brake. Explanation. The parking brake must always be set whenever you leave the vehicle. It's an offense not to leave your vehicle properly secured. 44. When would you need to check your near side mirror? A. After passing cars parked on the left. B. As a final check before turning right. C. Before moving into the lane on your right. Or D. When getting out of your cab on the driver's side. The correct answer is A. After passing cars parked on the left. Explanation. As you pass pedestrians or vehicles on your left, you should use your near side mirror and check that you've passed them safely. You need to allow a good safety margin before you move back to the left. 45. How can you help to protect the environment? A. By driving faster to reduce traveling time. B. By filling your fuel tank with red diesel fuel. C. By leaving your engine running in traffic jams. Or D. By using bypasses and avoiding town centers. Correct answer is D. By using bypasses and avoiding town centers. Explanation. By using a bypass rather than joining the stop-start traffic in a town center, you are less likely to be held up and can travel at a constant speed. Keeping to a constant speed will reduce the amount of pollution produced by your vehicle. 46. What does this sign mean? A. End of clearway. B. End of cycle route. C. End of restricted parking area. D. End of restricted speed area. The correct answer is C. End of restricted parking area. Explanation. Even though there are no restrictions, make sure that you park where you won't cause an obstruction or endanger other road users. 47. What does this sign mean? A. Give way to buses. B. Give way to trams. C. Route for buses. Or D. Route for trams. The correct answer is D. Route for trams. Explanation. Take extra care when you are driving on roads where trams operate. Look out for road markings and signs that tell you to expect them. Modern trams are very quiet and you might not hear them approaching. 48. Which hazard would be shown in a triangular road sign? A. Bus lane. B. Minimum speed. C. One-way street. D. Road narrows. The correct answer is D. Road narrows. Explanation. The triangular sign is a warning sign. Knowing this, you can prepare for the hazard ahead. 49. Which sign means that pedestrians might be walking along the road? A, B, C, or D? The correct answer is A. Explanation. Be cautious, especially if there is a bend in the road and you are unable to see well ahead. If you have to pass pedestrians, leave them plenty of room. You might have to use the right-hand side of the road, so look well ahead and in your mirrors before you pull out. 50. What does this sign mean? A. Adverse camber. B. Airport. C. Road noise. Or D. Side wind. The correct answer is D. Side wind. Explanation. Side wind warning signs are often found on roads that are frequently affected by strong wind. High-sided vehicles, caravans, and motorcycles are more susceptible to windy weather, and you should be aware of the difficulties they might be having. 51. What are these advanced stop lines for? A. To allow cyclists to position in front of other traffic. B. To allow room for pedestrians to cross the road. C. To allow space for large vehicles to turn. Or D. To allow you to select where to stop. The correct answer is A. To allow cyclists to position in front of other traffic. Explanation. Advanced stop lines allow cyclists to take a position ahead of other traffic. When the green signal shows, they then have the time and space to move off in front of the following traffic. 52. What does this sign warn of? A. Double bend. B. Overhead electrified cable. C. Series of bends. Or D. Slippery road. The correct answer is B. Overhead electrified cable. Explanation. This sign is used to warn of overhead electrified cables and is usually accompanied by a plate indicating the safe height limit. 53. The time is 10 a.m. You've been driving non-stop since 6 a.m. Under EU rules, what's the longest you might now drive without a break? A. 15 minutes. B. 30 minutes. C. 40 minutes. Or D. 45 minutes. The correct answer is B. 30 minutes. Explanation. The maximum driving period under EU rules is 4 hours and 30 minutes. After this, you must take a break of at least 45 minutes. Planning your route will allow you to take your statutory rest periods in a safe place, such as a service area where you can get food, drink, and the rest. 54. What does this sign mean? A. No entry for vehicles over 32 feet and 6 inches, 9.9 meters long. B. No entry for vehicles over 32.6 tons. C. Warning of lorry crossing a one-way road. D. Warning of lorry straight ahead. The correct answer is A. No entry for vehicles over 32 feet and 6 inches, 9.9 meters long. Explanation. You need to know the length of your vehicle as well as its weight, height, and width. Places where the length of your vehicle might be relevant are road tunnels, level crossings, ferries, bridges. 55. You need to stop and get out of your vehicle. When should you use the parking brake? A. After the air pressure has dropped. B. After the service brake has been released. C. Only if you park on a gradient. Or whenever you leave the vehicle. The correct answer is D. Whenever you leave the vehicle. Explanation. It's an offense to leave your vehicle unattended at any time without applying the parking brake. 56. What do you need to be aware of when you drive over an exposed suspension bridge? A. The effect of strong side wind. B. The overhanging bridge cables. C. The swaying of the bridge. D. The width of the lanes. The correct answer is A. The effect of strong side wind. Explanation. On exposed bridges, the wind can be particularly strong. If the bridge has two lanes, one might be closed in windy conditions to act as a buffer lane. In severe conditions, these bridges are often closed to high-sided vehicles, caravans, and motorcycles. 57. Why is it important to avoid overfilling the engine with oil? A. It could increase pressure in the engine and cause damage. B. It could leave an oil stain on the road. C. It will damage the exhaust system. Or D. It will increase the amount of exhaust gases. The correct answer is A. It could increase pressure in the engine and cause damage. Explanation. Too much oil in an engine can be just as bad as too little. Overfilling an engine can create excess pressure, cause oil leakage through seals, and result in expensive damage. 58. When do long vehicles sometimes need to straddle lanes? A. When coming to contraflow systems. B. When driving on motorways. C. When traveling empty. Or D. When turning at tight junctions. The correct answer is D. When turning at tight junctions. Explanation. When driving a long vehicle around corners, it's sometimes necessary to adopt a different road position to avoid mounting the curb or colliding with street furniture such as lampposts or traffic signs. Other road users might not understand what you intend to do next. Watch them carefully and always signal in good time. 59. You're about to drive a vehicle you've never driven before. What should you consider when adjusting your seat? A. Being able to reach your sat-nav. B. The tension in the seat belt. C. The wear on the seat fabric. Or D. Your distance from the controls. The correct answer is D. Your distance from the controls. Explanation. Being seated properly is very important when driving long distances. A poor driving position can quickly cause fatigue. You should make sure that you can reach all the controls comfortably. 60. What should you do when you drive in windy weather? A. Always keep to your intended route. B. Anticipate how the weather might affect other road users. C. Maintain a constant speed in exposed areas. Or D. Stay close to smaller or vulnerable vehicles as you overtake them. The correct answer is B. Anticipate how the weather might affect other road users. Explanation. Cyclists, motorcyclists, caravans, and high-sided vehicles can be very vulnerable in high winds. Plan well ahead and consider the difficulties they might be having. Remember, some routes might be closed to certain vehicles and you might need to use an alternative route. 61. What should you be aware of when you are overtaking on a motorway while it's raining heavily? A. Manhole covers will be slippery. B. There'll be distracting bright reflections. C. Visibility will be reduced by spray from traffic. D. Your braking distances will be reduced. The correct answer is C. Visibility will be reduced by spray from traffic. Explanation. Other road users can be affected by the spray from large vehicles, severely reducing their vision. Always take care when you need to change lanes. Signal in good time and watch your mirrors carefully before pulling out in these conditions. 62. What should you do if the brake air pressure warning light comes on while you're driving? A. Build up the pressure by accelerating. B. Drain the air tanks and continue normally. C. Report the fault when you return to your depot. Or D. Stop and get help without delay. The correct answer is D. Stop and get help without delay. Explanation. When a warning light or device indicating a loss of brake pressure comes on, you must stop safely and get the fault put right immediately. The safety of you, your load, your passengers and all other road users is at risk. 63. You've just started the engine. What must you do if the brake air pressure warning light is showing? A. Engage the clutch. B. Keep the parking brake on. C. Report it as a fault. Or D. Switch your engine off. The correct answer is B. Keep the parking brake on. Explanation. Even though the warning light is showing, there might be sufficient pressure to release the parking brake. However, you mustn't do this because there might not be enough air pressure to operate the service brake. 64. Your vehicle is fitted with an anti-lock braking system. When should you check that it's working properly? A. At the start of each working day. B. At the start of each working week. C. Before each service. Or D. Before every journey. The correct answer is D. Before every journey. Explanation. Modern anti-lock braking systems rely on electronics for their operation. A warning light on the dashboard shows that the system is operating. This light will usually go out when the vehicle reaches about 6 miles per hour. It's about 10 kilometers per hour. 65. What system is used to control vehicle's speed without using the foot brake? A. A differential lock. B. A secondary brake. C. An emergency air system. D. An endurance brake retarder. The correct answer is D. An endurance brake retarder. Explanation. Large vehicles can be fitted with various types of endurance brake retarder. Make sure you're familiar with how the system operates on the vehicle you're using. Don't risk a crash or collision through ignorance. 66. What can coasting downhill seriously affect? A. The air brakes. B. The cooling system. C. The electrical systems. D. The tachograph. The correct answer is A. The air brakes. Explanation. Air brake systems rely on an engine-driven compressor to keep the reservoir tanks at their operating pressure. Coasting downhill and relying on the brakes to control your speed could result in the loss of sufficient air pressure to operate the brakes effectively. 67. What does the flashing amber light mean at a pelican crossing? A. Give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. B. Give way to pedestrians waiting to cross. C. Stop and wait for the green light. D. Stop if you can do so safely. The correct answer is A. Give way to pedestrians already on the crossing. Explanation. Pedestrians use push buttons controls to activate the signals. Pelican crossings have no red and amber stage before green. Instead, they have a flashing amber light. This means you must give way to pedestrians on the crossing, but you might proceed if the crossing is clear. 68. You've been convicted of driving while unfit through drink or drugs. What will increase in cost when you start driving again? A. Driving license. B. Insurance premiums. C. Vehicle tax. D. Vehicle test certificate. The correct answer is B. Insurance premiums. Explanation. If you've been convicted of drink or drug driving, statistically you are a risk to yourself and others on the road. For this reason, when you are able to drive again, insurance companies might charge you a high premium to insure your vehicle. 69. What should you do if you've had a few alcoholic drinks at a party? A. Drive home carefully and slowly. B. Go home by public transport. C. Have a strong cup of coffee and then drive home. D. Wait a short while and then drive home. The correct answer is B. Go home by public transport. Explanation. Drinking black coffee or waiting a few hours won't make any difference. Alcohol takes time to leave the body, so you should find a way to get home without using your vehicle, for example by public transport. Depending on how much you've had to drink, you might even be unfit to drive the following morning. 70. You've been taking medicine for a few days, and it has made you feel drowsy. Today you feel better, but you still need to take the medicine. When should you drive? A. Only after checking with your doctor. B. Only at night on quiet roads. C. Only if someone goes with you. D. Only if your journey is necessary. The correct answer is A. Only after checking with your doctor. Explanation. Take care. It's not worth taking risks. Always check with your doctor to be absolutely sure. The medicine might have an effect on you later in the day and for longer than you think. 71. What might misuse of drugs or alcohol lead to? A. Better concentration. B. Better eyesight. C. Faster reactions. D. Withdrawal of a driving license. The correct answer is D. Withdrawal of a driving license. Explanation. Misuse of drugs or alcohol might lead to the withdrawal of your license. Future insurance premiums will probably increase as well. 72. You've just overtaken another vehicle on a motorway. What should you avoid when moving back to the left? A. Changing gear. B. Cutting in. C. Increasing your speed. D. Signaling. The correct answer is B. Cutting in. Explanation. After overtaking, check your near side mirror carefully before moving back to the left. Don't rely on the other driver flashing their headlights, because only you can make the decision that is safe. 73. What does this motorway sign mean? A. You are approaching a lorries only lane. B. You are approaching a long downhill slope. C. You are approaching a long uphill slope. D. You are approaching a service area. The correct answer is C. You are approaching a long uphill slope. Explanation. The term crawler lane doesn't mean the lane is only for extremely slow vehicles. It's advising you of an extra lane on the left. Crawler lanes are usually built on sections of road where the length of the gradient is such that some large vehicles will be slowed to the point where they become a hazard for other road users. 74. When should you use a crawler lane? A. When letting faster traffic overtake you. B. When parking to have a rest. C. When slowing down for a motorway exit. D. When turning right from a major road. The correct answer is A. When letting faster traffic overtake you. Explanation. Many vehicles are very powerful and can maintain speed even when climbing a gradient. Even if your vehicle is capable of maintaining speed, you can still use the crawler lane to make it easier for other road users to overtake safely. 75. What should you do before overtaking on a single carriage road? A. Drive very close to the vehicle in front. B. Flash your headlights at oncoming traffic. C. Look ahead for road junctions. D. Make a final check in your left-hand mirror. The correct answer is C. Look ahead for road junctions. Explanation. Before overtaking, you need to make sure it's safe to carry out the maneuver. As part of your check, look well ahead for road junctions. You shouldn't overtake as you approach a road junction, because if a vehicle emerges or has to wait to turn, you could risk collision. 76. What should you do after overtaking on a dual carriageway? A. Indicate left, then right. B. Move back to the left when it's safe to do so. C. Switch your rear lights on and off. D. Wait for the other driver to flash the headlights. The correct answer is B. Move back to the left when it's safe to do so. Explanation. Signal if necessary and move back to the left as soon as it's safe to do so. Don't drive for long distances in the center or right-hand lane unnecessarily. 77. What should you do when passing sheep on a road? A. Briefly sound your horn. B. Drive very slowly. C. Keep close to avoid oncoming traffic. D. Pass quickly but quietly. The correct answer is B. Drive very slowly. Explanation. Slow down and be ready to stop if you see animals in the road ahead. Animals are easily frightened by noise and by vehicles passing too close to them. Stop if signaled to do so by the person in charge of the animals. 78. Where must the repair of a speed limiter be carried out? A. At an authorized speed limiter center. B. At any DVSA site. C. At any dealer center. D. At the depot by a mechanic. The correct answer is A. At an authorized speed limiter center. Explanation. Speed limiters might only be repaired by authorized speed limiter centers. They'll ensure that all the connections are sealed and that the system is tamper-proof. 79. When does brake fade occur? A. When the brakes get too cold. B. When the brakes get too dry. C. When the brakes get too hot. D. When the brakes get too wet. The correct answer is C. When the brakes get too hot. Explanation. Continuous use of brakes can result in them overheating and losing their effectiveness. This is known as brake fade and is most likely on long downhill gradients. 80. A bus lane sign shows no hours of operation. When is the bus lane in operation? A. The bus lane is in operation 24 hours a day. B. The bus lane is only in operation at peak times. C. The bus lane is only in operation in daylight hours. D. The bus lane isn't in operation at all. The correct answer is A. The bus lane is in operation 24 hours a day. Explanation. When a bus lane sign shows no hours of operation, the lane operates all the time. 81. You're driving near a school in heavy traffic. What should you do when there are children walking close to the curb on your side of the road? A. Drive slowly until you are clear of the area. B. Move to the other side of the road. C. Stop for a moment to see what they do. D. Wave at them to move back from the curb. The correct answer is A. Drive slowly until you are clear of the area. Explanation. Children can be unpredictable, and when they are in groups they might fool around and push each other into the road. You should drive with extreme caution when you are near them. You need to be ready to stop suddenly. 82. What should you do if you are upset by another driver's behavior? A. Follow them flashing your headlights. B. Gesture to them with your hand. C. Shout abusive language. D. Stop and take a break. Correct answer is D. Stop and take a break. Explanation. Tiredness might make you more irritable than you would be normally. You might react differently to situations because of it. If you feel yourself becoming tense, take a break. 83. You're driving a large vehicle. How does its size and design affect the blind spots? A. It will have fewer blind spots than smaller vehicles. B. It will have more blind spots than smaller vehicles. C. It will have no blind spots whatsoever. D. It will have the same blind spots as other vehicles. The correct answer is B. It will have more blind spots than smaller vehicles. Explanation. Take the time to check where the blind spots are when driving a vehicle that's unfamiliar to you. Being aware of the limitations of your mirrors will help you to take steps to prevent collisions. Always check the blind spots before changing direction. Frequent and proper use of the mirrors will help you to be aware of a vehicle moving into your blind spot. 84. What's the purpose of the oil filter? A. To collect metal particles from the oil. B. To give better fuel consumption. C. To prevent the engine from over-revving. D. To prevent the engine from overheating. The correct answer is A. To collect metal particles from the oil. Explanation. As the lubricant oil is pumped around the engine, it collects tiny fragments of metal from the moving parts. The oil filter is designed to remove these fragments. Most filters are designed to be replaced at service intervals. 85. You're approaching a roundabout. You see a cyclist signal right. Why do they keep to the left? A. It's a quicker route for a cyclist. B. It's a safer route for a cyclist. C. The highway code doesn't apply to cyclists. D. They are going to turn left. The correct answer is B. It's a safer route for a cyclist. Explanation. The cyclist might not be able to get into the right-hand lane due to heavy traffic. Give them room, as they might not be taking the exit you expect. 86. A group of horse riders comes towards you. What should you do if the leading rider's horse becomes nervous of your presence? A. Brake gently to a stop until they've passed. B. Brake quickly to a stop, applying the parking brake. C. Continue driving, keeping well to the left. D. Increase speed to pass the riders quickly. The correct answer is A. Brake gently to a stop until they've passed. Explanation: if any animal you pass on the road becomes unsettled, you should brake gently and come to a stop. A nervous animal is unpredictable, so you should wait until it has settled or passed by. Other road users behind you might have a limited view of the hazard, so use your mirrors and give clear signals if necessary. 87. Why are motorcyclists more at risk from other road users? A. They can't give arm signals. B. They often break down. C. They are easily overlooked. D. They are easy to see. The correct answer is C. They are easily overlooked. Explanation: always look for the more vulnerable road users, such as motorcyclists, cyclists, pedestrians, especially children, animals, and horse riders. All need your consideration. Motorcycles are relatively small, but they can move just as fast as other vehicles, making them easy to overlook. 88. As you approach a pelican crossing, the lights change to green. What should you do if an elderly couple are halfway across? A. Flash your lights in case they haven't heard you. B. Rev your engine to make them hurry. C. Wait patiently and give them time to finish crossing. D. Wave at them to cross as quickly as they can. The correct answer is C. Wait patiently and give them time to finish crossing. Explanation: when the lights turn to green, you might drive on, but only if the crossing is clear. You should wait for any pedestrians to finish crossing, regardless of their age. Allow them to cross the road at their own pace. Don't try to hurry them in any way. 89. What's the aim of a smart motorway? A. To prevent overtaking. B. To prevent tailgating. C. To reduce congestion. D. To reduce rest stops. The correct answer is C. To reduce congestion. Explanation: smart motorways are intended to reduce congestion and make journey times more reliable. In these areas, the hard shoulder might be used as a running lane to ease congestion at peak times or when an incident occurs. The variable speed limits shown in red circles are mandatory and help to keep traffic flowing at a steady speed. 90. Why is it a good idea to plan your journey to avoid traveling at busy times? A. To prevent overtaking. B. To prevent tailgating. C. To reduce congestion. D. To reduce rest stops. The correct answer is A. To prevent overtaking. Explanation: avoiding busy times means that you are not adding needlessly to traffic congestion. Other advantages are that you'll use less fuel and you might have an easier journey, making you feel less stressed. 91. What's the current fine for each person illegally carried into the UK? A. Up to £1,000. B. Up to £2,000. C. Up to £3,000. D. Up to £4,000. The correct answer is B. up to £2,000. Explanation: the importation of illegal immigrants into the UK carries heavy penalties. A fine of up to £2,000 can be imposed for each illegal immigrant. This fine can be imposed on each responsible person, which includes the vehicle owner, hirer, and driver. 92. Drivers can be fined for bringing illegal immigrants into the UK. Who else can be fined? A. The vehicle hirer. B. The vehicle insurer. C. The vehicle manufacturer. D. The vehicle repairer. The correct answer is A. The vehicle hirer. Explanation: there are heavy fines for those convicted of bringing illegal immigrants into the UK. This can mean a fine for each illegal person carried. The fine can be imposed on each responsible person, including the vehicle driver, owner, and hirer. 93. You'll need to take 35 hours of training to maintain your driver's certificate of professional competence, driver CPC. Over what period must this be carried out? A. 5 years. B. 1 year. C. 10 years. D. 3 years. The correct answer is A. 5 years. Explanation: you must take 35 hours of training every 5 years to maintain your driver CPC. This can be done at any time during the 5 years, all at once or split into sessions of at least 7 hours each. The penalties for non-compliance are the same as those for driving without a license. 94. You're about to drive a vehicle fitted with air-assisted hydraulic brakes. Why might the brake pedal feel hard when you press it? A. The brake fluid reservoir is empty. B. The brakes are locked on fully. C. The pedal movement needs adjusting. D. The vacuum pump isn't working. The correct answer is D. The vacuum pump isn't working. Explanation: if the brake pedal is hard to press, this could mean a loss of vacuum or a fault in the vacuum pump. You shouldn't drive the vehicle until the fault has been repaired. 95. Your vehicle is fitted with an engine management system. What will happen if you press the accelerator when you are starting the engine? A. An excessive amount of fuel will be used. B. Exhaust emissions will be reduced. C. Oil consumption will be reduced. D. There will be an excessive buildup of air pressure. The correct answer is A. An excessive amount of fuel will be used. Explanation: when starting an engine fitted with an engine management system, you don't need to press the accelerator, because the engine management system automatically regulates the fuel-air supply. Using the accelerator at startup wastes fuel, causes increased engine noise, and is harmful to the environment. 96. Which tool is essential for fitting a road wheel? A. Adjustable wrench. B. Open-end spanner. C. Ring spanner. D. Torque wrench. The correct answer is D. Torque wrench. Explanation: it's essential that all wheel nuts are tightened to the specified torque with a calibrated torque wrench. The wheel nuts, fixings, and markers should be checked every day before you start your journey. 97. Poor eating habits can increase your risk of long-term health problems. What may result from a poor diet? A. deafness. B. Epilepsy. C. Heart disease. D. Lung disease. The correct answer is C. Heart disease. Explanation. A poor diet can increase your risk of ill health. It might cause obesity, diabetes, or heart disease, which can increase your risk of sudden incapacity at the wheel. There is a greater risk of developing a serious illness and ultimately an early death. Smoking and the lack of exercise will increase the risks. 98. What's the most likely reason for a diesel-engined vehicle running erratically in very cold weather? A. The air conditioning not working. B. The endurance brake engaging. C. The fuel partly solidifying. D. The speed limiter operating. The correct answer is C. The fuel partly solidifying. Explanation. If diesel fuel becomes very cold, it can partially solidify. Additives are used by the fuel companies to try to prevent this. Any solidifying waxing of the fuel can prevent it from flowing properly and cause the engine to run erratically or even stop. 99. How will your body clock affect your driving between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m.? A. You are more likely to break the speed limit. B. You are more likely to drive too close to the vehicle in front. C. You are more likely to fall asleep at the wheel. D. You are more likely to feel road rage. The correct answer is C. You are more likely to fall asleep at the wheel. Explanation. A significant number of sleep-related vehicle incidents involve commercial vehicles. There is a particular risk when driving between 2 a.m. and 7 a.m. because this is when the body clock craves sleep. It is important to take proper rest before, during, and between driving duties. 100. You're driving at a speed of 50 miles per hour, 80 kilometers per hour, in good drive condition. What distance should you stay behind the vehicle in front? A. At least 23 meters, 75 feet. B. At least 36 meters, 118 feet. C. At least 53 meters, 175 feet. D. At least 73 meters, 240 feet. The correct answer is C. At least 53 meters, 175 feet. Explanation. You should always leave a safety margin between your vehicle and the one in front. This gap will give you a better view of the road ahead. It will also allow you time to react if the traffic in front changes speed or direction. Thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.